I'm going to introduce a new system of structure for optimizing the notifications that each individual receives through different communication channels. But first, let's talk about what I believe the communication problem is. The poster quotes, "It seems that most announcements from anyone, faculty, staff, or student organizations are not being heard, seen, or just being ignored." There's two sides to the story. People don't receive it, or they receive too much information that they just stop caring. The current popular techniques in the university involves using the Blackboard interface and emailing. These methods seem not efficient enough for the university purposes, and that's why the contest is for. The idea I'm presenting here could be the foundation of many researchers, and I believe many publications could be the outcome of it. What is needed? We need a solution that has a couple of features, including it should be easily accessible, easy to use, attractive infrastructure for the user, and it should have a high performance in delivering the communication need. Furthermore, based on different factors such as the technological access, different options should be suggested. For a more efficient solution, the first step would be to conduct surveys about the popular communication channels for different groups, faculties, students, staff. A study in 2012 in the UK shows that texting is more popular than talking. Another study shows that 50% of the US market is Android-based phones and 40% is iOS-based phones. We could use these studies to narrow down the number of communication channels that are out there. Another thing that we could do, we could categorize the messages that each individual receives so that he would pay more attention to what he receives. So what should we do? First, let's identify the most popular communication channels. I believe text message, calling, email, smartphone applications are the most popular communication channels, and I'm going to talk about them here. But there are also other communication channels using news agency, banners, and information desk, using speakers through the campus that could be considered, but as a separate research. Conducting a survey. If we use a survey, we're going to gather information about what the communication preferences are and how important it is for them to be informed about different types of events. This survey also contains some questions about the kind of technology and they usually use for their everyday use. Developing a system. First, we need a good GSM platform for text message and calling. I believe Kettering already has that. With a few improvement and adjustments, we could have what is needed for the system. App design. There's going to be a lot of ideas about the app design. I'm not going to get into it, but let's just stick to saying that we could use a reminder calendar from last term, or adding a broad app for events, of course, and maybe adding a panic button that if something happens to someone near the campus, to just push a button and they're going to have fast access to campus security with automatic GPS location and student information. The next step and the interesting part would be to develop a management system that would use these communication channels and the information that was gathered from the students in the survey and prioritize the messages and notify students based on their interests. So instead of receiving a lot of information that they don't use, they would receive an optimized volume of information, and the system would manage them based on the priority and the interest of the sender and the receiver. The priority is important because if the president wants a student to know something ASAP, the system would use every kind of communication channel possible to the point that the student would finally read it. This system also has the feature of being developed easily, so that later on we could use more advanced algorithms and methods like machine learning to have a system more like Amazon and eBay, which the system learns from behavior of the user and based on that would efficiently optimize the volume of the information it receives. So to summarize the whole project, eventually develop an intelligent communication system based on the latest data mining and machine learning techniques. We want to get KU students involved in this research and project, resulting in a more productive academic atmosphere. Kettering could be a leading university in the communication management system. Thank you for watching the video.